Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing platform once again. Thank you so much for joining us on this very platform. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being around all the time. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe to this very channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Like and share the program to all platforms. This is Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV, a platform where we spread the gospel of Biafra, a platform where we bring information that are coming from the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria, Mazi Simon Ekpa, a platform where we bring information that has to do with the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. This is a platform where we expose the evil of the zoo in Biafran territory. Wonderful Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you, and we are here once again to update you and remind you of where we are. Fellow Biafrans, we are in a very serious and dangerous time. At this time where we are, every one of us must double our effort. Remember, in our Prime Minister last visit to Germany, in his speech he made it clear that we are in no mercy period. This is a time where we will not spare anybody. Anything that stands on the way of Biafra will be crushed. Our Prime Minister made that declaration. You know that our Prime Minister, at every stage, at any point in time, he always tells us where to go, the stage to follow, and how to do it. And whatever he says, he stands with it and he pursues it to the end. As he has made that declaration, our Prime Minister is following it up to the end. It is no mercy time. Every enemy of Biafra, every saboteur, anyone that is sabotaging Biafra, the time has come when you are going to go down. The only thing that we have to do today as Biafrans, wherever we find ourselves, is to tighten up our belt and support the Biafra Republic Government in exile. If you know the best way you can support and make your contributions. Do not be silent. Don't say you were not told. Don't say you didn't hear. The quest for Biafra is before the whole world. And the whole world is hearing. Even international media are now covering the issue of Biafra. Biafra is in the mouth of everyone. The diplomatic moves that the Biafra Republic of Nigeria have made is yielding fruit. The United States is gearing up. And so many nations are waiting for us to take that step. And that will be it. That is why today we are making our preparations. For those who have not yet casted their vote, please go and cast your vote. Your vote is needed. It is very, very important. It is one of the most important things that must be done. I thank Chukwu Okikaben that today we have more than 90% people who has participated and given the mandate to the Biafran government. There is nothing else that will stop the declaration. The coast is clear. Those who are going to attend the convention in Finland, you must have started getting ready by now. Your tickets should be ready by now because there is no time. Time is running so fast. Within some months, we are going to find ourselves in Finland. And during that convention, the last result of the election, of the voting will be mentioned. After the voting result is released, the declaration of the restoration of independence state of Biafra will be made on the 2nd of December, and nothing is going to stop it. As we speak, some people are still pretending not to know what is right. Some people are still pretending, waiting for them to be consulted. Laughable. One thing that every one of us Biafrans should know is that every single politician in the zoo knows the situation of Nigeria, and they know it is irredeemable. But they don't have the balls to face it. Every politician, both the serving ones and those outside, including all the elites, they are only scared about their businesses, their qualifications, and they are satisfied with the peanut they are getting from the government. None of them have the confidence to confront the enemy. They can't even speak, and they are not supporting, even as of now. Including those Biafrans who are serving in international communities. We have a lot of Biafrans who are serving in various countries and various offices in international communities. And I don't know why they're shying away from the truth. Even when they know, you see some of them coming to preach that we should develop Biafra land. They will be preaching for people in diaspora to come back. How do you expect them to come back? Develop where? Where there is no friendly environment. The system of Nigeria is going to make you fail, whether you do your business in the Biafra land or in that section. As long as Nigeria is involved and Nigeria is in charge of Biafran territory, they have mapped out a system to make sure that no business you do in the southeast will survive. Some of you are very quick to go and make example of Innocent. Do you know what it took Innocent to succeed? Do you know the challenges Innocent is facing today? Innocent would have been bigger than he is today if Innocent were to be in another place. Innocent would have been in charge of supply of vehicles to the whole of African country if Innocent were to be a northerner. Innocent would have been the supplier of vehicle to all African countries if Innocent has opened his business in Lagos. You don't know what Innocent is facing. You don't know how they caged Innocent. You think that what you are saying Innocent is all he has. Innocent should have been bigger than he is, judging for the kind of product he has, well-refined product he has, judging from his own line of business and the effort he's putting. Innocent is supposed to be doing excellently well. Likewise, other businesses you see in Biafra land that you think they are succeeding, every single one of them pass through the eye of the needle to succeed, including those who are running airline. Because they have no choice, they have already gotten involved. Their money is tied down in the zoo and they can't run away. All they need to do is to play along with the Zoological Republic. How dare you now call people who are in diaspora to come and invest when you know that your investment under Nigerian government is not protected? It does not matter whether you invest in Southeast or you invest in South or you invest in any part. Wherever you invest in Biafra land and Nigeria is still in charge, they will make sure you don't succeed. This is a master plan drawn by the British to see that there's nothing you can do in Biafran area that will succeed. What we are seeing there today as success is not success. If they have a conducive environment for business in Biafra land, it is going to be better than Dubai. Those you think that they are doing better today will do excellently and exceedingly better. I have given you an example of Innocent. Innocent would have been supplying the whole of Africa vehicle, including some European countries, if Innocent were to be a northerner. Or if Innocent will have to open his business in Lagos State, he will be supplying the whole of Africa. But because Innocent kept his business home, they have caged him. Do you know the process he has to pass for him to export or import? You know what he has to pass? Even when we have the closest access to the sea, where we can have our seaport, they don't want it to happen. No good road, no light. You go extra miles to establish anything in the Biafra land. And these politicians know about this. These elites know about it, but they continue to pretend not to know. And they are forcing their people to continue to remain in slavery because of their cowardice. It is a shame. And I'm going to play a video that was made by, the Biafra woman who is in WHO, what do they call him? Her. I'm going to play her video so that you can watch what that woman is saying. She knows how good the Biafra land is, how Biafra can succeed. She knows it. But they have failed to put their head together to allow Biafra have their independence and be on their own. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. I want to play her speech. Listen carefully to what she has to say. Everything she said there are the truth about the Southeast. the truth about the Biafran people, but there is no conducive environment for them to succeed. And if you want to force yourself to do anything under Nigeria, it will never succeed. At the end of the day, you are going to lose woefully. I don't know why it is so difficult for these people to know that the only thing that we desire and deserve today is an independent state for us to attain the heights we are supposed to attain. We can never attain the heights we need to attain except we have an independent state. Listen to what Okonjo-Iweala has to say. Then we'll come back and conclude this message.
Can we all work together to build up and build out both Aba and Nnewi as industrial hubs? But let me say there is no reason why factories can not also be located in Owerri and Abakaliki. Let me touch on another important resource we have that we can make better use of. That is the large Igbo diaspora. I was surprised when I took an informal poll of a gathering of people in my village, Umodisi in Umuahia, to see how many families had at least one member in the diaspora. Surprised to find that almost everybody put up their hands. The Southeast has one of the largest diasporas in Nigeria, if not Africa. There are Igbos everywhere, from Douala to Durban, London to Leipzig, New York to Newfoundland. Igbos are highly educated professionals, university professors, doctors, lawyers, engineers, accountants and nurses, and also big sports stars in football and basketball in the USA in particular. All are willing to support the development of the region if they could find a stress-free way to contribute, and I mean stress-free. Drawing on these diaspora resources, there is no reason why the Southeast could not become a service hub for education or health in the country and the region. Let our professors help develop high-quality schools, build and universities, building on education investments already happening in the region to attract people beyond the Southeast. And let our diaspora doctors build up specialist hospitals that can draw people from other parts of Nigeria, West and Central Africa and beyond. I happen to know that many of these diaspora doctors would like to help. My husband is one of them. It may sound far-fetched, but I'm convinced we can make the Southeast a services hub for education and health services. We can also draw on the diaspora for financing. I don't know how many of you recall that when I was finance minister, Nigeria floated a diaspora bond of $300 million, a first for the country. Drawing on the resources of our diaspora, though we also opened up the bond to other investors, we were able to attract hundreds of millions of dollars. Now the World Bank has recorded almost $21 billion in remittance flows to Nigeria in 2022, about the largest remittance flows in Africa. A significant portion of this must come from Southeasterners abroad. Most of this comes in to support consumption and some forms of investment at home. I'm sure the Southeast governors coming together can do some financial engineering and find a way to float a Southeast Diaspora Bond or fund to capture some of these flows and channel them towards financing some of these development priorities. I know that support from the federal government Ministry of Finance will be needed. It seems to me that we can pitch this to the incoming team. They seem to be open to fresh ideas, so why don't we try to muster their support? You will notice that I have not dwelt on agriculture or natural resources. This is because that is where we always go first when we are talking about opportunities in the region, forgetting all the other possibilities that I've just spoken about. But I have not forgotten that we have big opportunities in agriculture, oil and gas and some other minerals, some of which may now be in demand as the world seeks to decarbonize and get to net zero carbon emissions in 2050. But again, to fully make use of this, value-added investments in these areas will need hassle-free bureaucracy and appropriate investment environments. Before I conclude, Let me say that many of these opportunities that I mentioned will not prove as attractive if the macroeconomic environment in the country is unstable. Low growth, high inflation, the depreciating naira, and exchange rate volatility make for daunting challenges. The federal government will have to get a handle on overall macroeconomic management for the country to attract both domestic and foreign investment and for the country to grow. They insist they are working on this, and I hope we can see stability soon. In the meantime, Southeast governors must work on the elements they can control, many of them listed above. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by saying that I'm optimistic. Yes, I'm optimistic for the Southeast. Your coming together at this time is a great sign. Our youth and women are vibrant. They are ready to work. They are just waiting for a truly committed leadership. We have what it takes in the Southeast. Let us just get on and do it. Igbo kwedu.
After listening to our sister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, you can now understand what I'm saying. Like these people, they know the right thing to do. Why is it that they are not calling for the disintegration of Nigeria? They know fully well that the Southeast can survive on their own. They know that the Biafran people can strive. They know that the Biafrans are the pillars holding that zoological republic. And yet, these same people who are holding the pillars are not regarded at anywhere. They are being oppressed, they are being called names, and they want to take them out by all means. And yet you are there encouraging people to come and join you in this zoological republic. When are these people going to start speaking the right language? The only solution for the Biafran people is to walk out of the zoo. We cannot do anything in the zoological republic. And that is the truth.